Into the essay. Whilst reading the book Into the Wild by Jon Krakauer, one naturally has no choice but to ponder, what was the Supertramp searching for? What was his true purpose? Some suggest he was insane, but an anonymous quote that speaks for others reads, "It's not a death wish, it's a life wish." This quote is definitely a direct reflection of the philosophy Chris McCandless, aka Alexander Supertramp, lived by. The world is filled with adventure, questions, and answers. However, most people with lives, i.e. everyone, forgets or doesn't believe this theory, and the cyclical life expected of us diseases nearly all of us. The standard cycle of life is vicious and has continued to spread and kill us while we are living to this day. We have all been lied to that the feeling of discovery, interest, and growth is only during childhood, part one of the cycle. But the feeling should be with us for our entirety. Our life should be more than just existing and getting by. With these things in mind, Chris McCandless set off to avoid the dreaded cycle by going into the wild in the famous book Into the Wild. To bring up cycles once more, as if in a cycle, the standard adult life is usually routine and predictable. The bland event is found suitable. This bland event is found suitable by many, as well as comfortable and necessary. To lead a life of repetition is seen as successful to said group. But truly, it is not us who find the constant cycled life successful. It is the idea of success, instead of our own opinions and feelings. Living comfortably in a house, cooking peach cobbler for the 19th time, one must stop and wonder, is this truly happiness? Considering the trials this person went through in order to obtain the ingredients, working a 9-hour shift, in other words, turning their brain off and living for something and someone else for a good portion of the day consumes their life much more than they can to the peach cobbler. Though you obtain more hours at your job and get a raise, does not prevent the countdown of the ending life you could be living. I feel that a life worth living is a life where the owner of it does what they love to do with it. For if we are not living for happiness and aspiring to do our best, what is the point of living, surrounded by the abyss of depression and the unavoidable bigger pit that is death? Are we going to live our lives exactly as others to prevent being judged by others? Doing as they do in order not to be classified as Chris McCandless was? Ponder that maybe we are the crazy ones. Chris wanted a change of view since what most of us see around us is shops, places to be spending money, instead of nature. A place to gain items no one truly needs is extremely easy to access, whereas the places to gain knowledge, feelings, and truly important factors to life are constantly being ignored and destroyed. Famous and respected philosophers in this day are mainly entrepreneurs, billionaires, rich, well-off people such as Tai Lopez and the deceased Bill Gates. They are respected and their word is well advised. However, intelligent people are determined through their wealth and money. We tend to follow those who have done what we don't have, who have what we don't have. But in today's society, intelligence, self-worth, and peace of mind is not seen as something to strive towards. Instead, we wish to have money and material worth. We look up to people with money because we equate green paper to power. Most of us believe the government is what is standing all of our backs straight, when truly we, the people, are the ones keeping the government stick straight. Our backs are breaking and cracking while we cling to what has been classified as the solution. When really, the solution is to forget about money. Begin prospering with what knowledge and skills we have acquired through our lives. We acquire information through education. Thus, we should have college and further education free to all those interested. Chris McCandless would most likely believe this point since he graduated college but did nothing with his degree afterwards, and would give out food to those less fortunate to him. Due to money equating to the standard solution in today's age, countless numbers of humans starve and die because they could not acquire means to receive the green painted paper. People are starving around open restaurants who throw away that food fortunate people cannot afford to stuff themselves with further. So sorry. The system is absolutely flawed. To be asked my opinion of Chris McCandless, I possess no hesitation when saying he was extremely brave. I share the ideas of McCandless and constantly feel trapped in my cyclical square. However, I am not as brave. I do not want to abandon the material gains I have earned through these 17 years I have been here, but there is no elbow room for me in the emptiest of fields, and I am constantly searching for the answer. I am put here for the same everyone else was, and that is to find the answer. I am soon to become the same earth people cry upon and scream, "Why am I here?" But for now, I am content in my position. The meaning of life is to find your own meaning. If anyone were to honestly find out what the answer truly was, the world would no longer have a meaning. I am able to overcome my obstacles. If I continue to push forward and never give up on overcoming, I know that if I wasn't attached to the things around me and people I have met, there would be no more Kelsey Rose Trot around. Not in the sense of running off into the wild, but how my personality and ideas are today. I have created a good half of myself from examples by others. Losing the people is alike to losing myself. Only time can help me decide on what I should do with my life. In all, Chris McCandless was searching and found a reason to live. He lived naturally, with adventure and curiosity in his heart, as we all should. Normally we forget to be curious and dissociate with our roots, but truly we all need an answer and bravery like Chris McCandless had in his deep, like Chris McCandless had in his heart. Oh. It is important that we keep ourselves alive by remembering the imminence of death, how life is too short to cower and cry. It is healthy to take time away from routine. It is even healthier to break it and do what you feel is most important and needed for yourself, by yourself, to yourself. We do not need the acceptance of our peers and family to pursue what makes us happy. Chris McCandless was wise, traveled in order to enjoy life on earth while he still could, which most of us will never do, or even think of doing. Life is extremely rare, regardless of the infinite amount of people who have one. We need to appreciate the only one that we have. The Supertramp inspires me to no avail.